If you recall, there were some white flags that
were hung from the Brooklyn Bridge, right?
That's correct.
But they were white American flags.
They were like bleached American flags.
Okay, yeah, that's kind of what it's like.
It was like completely, I mean, you could still kind of see that there were stars and stripes on the flags, but they had been completely bleached.
Yeah, they looked like they were bleached by the sun, but maybe they were, artificially done.
I don't know how those could have been
Stonewashed.
that bleached. Those were extremely, there was no color whatsoever in these flags. So a man has claimed that he's behind these flags, and it happens to be a marijuana activist who goes by the name Reverend Bud Green.
Bud Green.
I believe I've heard of Bud Green before, but he has claimed responsibility for the idea of placing 2 giant American flags on the Brooklyn Bridge with, I guess it says with white ones. I don't know how the article is written a little strangely. So Green reportedly told the paper on Thursday that he planned to put up more flags later, but his plan was thwarted when security was increased on the bridge. Police previously said that 4 or 5 people climbed the bridge's 2 towers. Of course, they're just making stuff up. In the early hours of July 22nd, and placed the 2 American flags, which what appeared to be whitewashed or faded versions. The operation involved disabling a pair of spotlights and appeared to have been carefully planned. New York Mayor Bill de Blasio called the security breach at the bridge a wake-up call, and that he was absolutely concerned. With rights, I mean, because those could have as easily been explosive devices or something of that nature, This security is all theater. In case you haven't figured that out yet, any of the security around anything is all nonsense, because at any time they could just switch tactics and go destroy something else.
Well, that's the difficulty of security generally.
Right.
I think that people like to believe that it's that things are secure.
They're keeping us safe.
And every once in a while, these policing organizations, these security organizations, manage to catch somebody doing something.
Roughly, what is it? Roughly 3,500 Americans died in 9/11, and since that time, roughly 5,000 have been killed by police. Something like that, right?
Indeed, that
they're
much.
Keeping you safe with their guns and their bullets through your brains.
I wonder if that's convincing to people. I mean, when I see, because obviously the 3,500 people on 9/11,
they're innocent, and the 3,500 other people are all dirty criminals. Obviously,
I think that
because
some
they
people
got
might
pulled
think
over.
that. Some people might think that.
Right.
That you have to sort of tell them about individual stories to drive it home. I don't know.
Have they not even included how many dogs have been killed?
Yeah, exactly. I'm sure that's well over 5,000. New York Police Deputy Commissioner of Intelligence John Miller said at the time that the police did not believe the incident was connected to any terror threat. Green reportedly told the New York Daily News that he is the founder of a pro-marijuana and anti-government organization dubbed the Pot Party, which stands for, as this is good, People Opposing Tyranny. According to, I like this Pot Party. According to the paper, Green said he came up with the idea of swapping the flags, but he didn't not actually put the plan into effect. Instead, he reportedly said the men who did the deed are professionals who he does not know by name. Okay, so maybe 4 or 5 people did climb the towers, so maybe the police aren't just making stuff up as I thought. American flags fly above the pillars year-round and are replaced by the Department of Transportation workers when they become frayed, police said. They are lit from the bottom by a lamp at the base of each tower at night. Miller said that as of around 8:30 p.m. on July 21st, the American flags were still flying on the Brooklyn and Manhattan towers of the bridge, but around 5:30 a.m. the next day, construction workers noticed the white flags had taken their place. Surveillance video revealed that around 3:10 a.m., several people were seen crossing the bridge, 4 or 5 of them in a group. Several minutes later, the light that normally illuminates the American flag on the Brooklyn side of the bridge flickered and went out, Miller said. About 12 minutes after that, the light on the Manhattan side of the bridge also went out. When members of Emergency Services Unit went to the top of the bridge later that morning to document the scene, they found 2 20-foot by 11 flags on each tower, which appeared to be American flags with stars and stripes that had been bleached white. If you have any comments about this, give us a call, 855-450-FREE. That's 855-450-3733. This is the Sunday night edition of Free Talk Live.
Free Talk Live, 7 nights a week from 7 to 10 Eastern, live on the Liberty Radio Network at LRN.FM.